Hey guys, my name is Aiden. I've been climbing for 10 months, and today I'm at the hardest climbing gym in the world, B Pump Ogikubo. A couple of days ago, I spent 8 hours climbing at the B Pump location in Akihabara. The highest grade I climbed was 4Q, which is around V2 or V3. My goal today is to send a 4Q and then climb as many boulders as I can to maximize my exposure to the hardest route setting in the world. I end up staying at this gym for 8 hours, so kick back, relax, and enjoy a beginner's session at the hardest gym in the world. One of the biggest draws to B Pump Ogikubo is its comp wall, but unfortunately it was unavailable during my session. The grades start at 8Q, which is the easiest, and get harder as you go down to 1Q. After 1Q, you go to 1 Dan, and then the hardest grade is 2 Dan. I start with this yellow 8Q. Each problem has 2 pieces of tape to indicate where your hands should be for the start. The climb feels like your typical VB or V0 jug ladder. I move on to this pink 7Q. It felt really similar to the last one, but maybe the holds were slightly worse. I move on to this blue 6Q. I'd say this is a pretty big jump from the last climb. The moves felt a lot bigger and some of the feet were small and slopey. I noticed that the holds are really slippery in this gym. They're not as gritty and textured as I'm used to. It's like they're worn out or polished. I move on to this purple 5Q. I just barely missed the hold. I try that move again. This time, I'm able to get it. The hold feels bad and I have to readjust like crazy. The rest of the climb is pretty straightforward. You can get a little toe hook for the match. Time to try from the beginning. I lose my feet, but I'm able to hold the swing. I lose my feet again, but luckily, you have to swing your feet over anyway. It was ugly, but I'm able to finish it out. I move on to this black 5Q. You start by traversing right on some slopers. I go for the next hold, but my body swings out right. I try the rest of the climb from there. I try to rock over a heel, but there's this big green hold in the way. I cut feet, but I'm able to stay on. I try rocking over a toe instead, but I can't pull myself close enough. I try using the foothold on the right to go dynamically, but the next hold doesn't feel that great. I move on to this purple 4Q. It starts on an undercling and you go to 2 pinches. The foothold is super sloped and slippery though. I'm able to get the right pinch, but the left hand is hard. At my strongest, I might be able to just jump into it and hold the swing, but I'm still recovering from my 8-hour climbing session in Akihabara. I move on to this yellow 4Q instead. It starts with an easy move out right. Then there's a big move to the next hold. I throw for the crimp, but my toe gets stuck on a volume around the arete. I smear against the wall instead, and I'm able to get the move. I try to figure out what to do next. I swap feet on this foothold, but it's super slopey. Then I struggle to get to the crimp on the right again. I try to use the top of the starting hold to get the hold on the left, but my foot slips. I try toe hooking the arete, but undershoot the hold. I try using the slopey foothold, and I'm able to grab it, but then I can't move. I go back to the toe hook method, and I'm able to get it. I use the slopey foot to make a big move to the next hold, but my foot slips. By going straight to the slopey hold, I find that I can skip the toe hook, but I still can't get the next move. I don't think I'm going to get that one, so I decide to hop onto this blue 5Q to build up some confidence. It's just a ladder with good holds. The second to last hold is actually a lot worse than I thought. It might have been better to go up with my right hand first. I rush the foot swap a bit and I lose my feet. I can't see the hold, so it takes me a while to feel around for it. I move on to this yellow 5Q slab. You start by traversing right on dual text pinches. The starting foot is very small, but luckily the holds are very good. The screw-on foothold here is also tiny. This foothold on the right is so sketchy. You start out with a good left foot, but eventually, you have to bring it up high and trust that right foot. I move on to this black 4Q slab. It starts with an overhead press with the left hand. Most of the force is going through my thumb. The right hold doesn't feel great. The top part has a foothold and I try to pinch it, but that doesn't help me get over to the left. I push it against it with my thumb and I'm able to get to the crimp on the left. I get my left foot on the higher volume, but my right foot is too low to make the next move. I try this awkward step through with my right foot, but the hold is tiny and dual text. I get my left foot to the high volume, full crimp the side pull, and pinch the right hold. Then, I'm able to force my right foot onto the bad foothold. I reach up for the next hold, but miss. This time, I get it, but my legs are shaking. I try to get a high right foot, but it feels uncomfortable. I reach up with my left hand, but my hips pull me away from the wall. I use some other holds to focus on that move. I flag my right foot and I'm able to get the move. I get a high right foot. Then I can reach the next hold statically. Then I bump my right hand and I'm able to get the match. Time to try from the beginning. Unfortunately, the move from the pinch is still difficult. Here, my hands slip on the crimp. I dry fire off the crimp and it was super scary. Finally, I'm able to get the move. I reach up for the next hold, but my left foot slips on the volume. I try a high right foot, but it feels bad. I flag my right foot out, but my left foot slips again. I use some other holds to focus on that move again. I press into the volume harder with my feet and do the move a little more dynamically, and it works. Time to try from the beginning. And I'm able to accomplish my goal and get a 4Q. I didn't expect it to be on slab and rental shoes, but it is what it is. I move on to some 5Qs to get more volume in, starting with this purple one. The hold after the start is super weird. It's very slopey. I tried going for this hold, but it turns out to be a foothold. I try to go straight up, but can't get enough height. This time, I use it as an undercling for my left hand. The next two holds are like blocked jugs. The next hold is slopey, but you have good feet. I get my left foot into the hold, but it feels really bad. For some reason, I didn't grab the hold as an undercling with my left hand. This time, I use the lower foothold and I'm able to get the move. I move on to this black 5Q. I start on a side pull and go right to some crimps on the arret. I go straight up until I'm compressing against two pinches. I try to get my left foot on this crimp, but it's too angled. I go to the volume below and get a high right foot. Then I throw to the next hold, and the rest of the climb is easy. I move on to this yellow 5Q. The beginning is easy. The move to the overhead undercling is pretty tough on the shoulders. My grip started giving out, and I wasn't able to move my feet. This climb used up a lot of energy, so I decided to move on to this other yellow 5Q. The starting foot is so slopey, and it's angled to push yourself to the left, which is away from the next hold. I cross over to the big jug and try to pivot on my right foot, but I end up falling. Then, my feet slip on the starting hold. To avoid crossing over to the big jug, I decide to cross over to the previous hold instead. I take a big swing, but I'm able to hold it and switch feet. I get a high left foot and go for the next hold, but it feels like nothing and I slip right off. I try a low left foot, but it still doesn't work. I move on to a yellow 5Q slab, which has these super slopey and shallow holds. I'm able to get into the corner, but then I'm not sure what to do next. I want to get my left foot onto the far left hold. Getting into the corner isn't easy though, and I fall a few times. Once I'm in the corner, it feels impossible to move. I don't make any progress, so I move on to this purple 5Q. The next hold is super slopey, and it feels impossible to do the move dynamically. I try getting a high right foot, but it feels like you're falling away the entire time. It feels the same way when you go up with your left foot. I don't make any progress on that one, so I move on to this yellow 5Q. It looks like a dyno to the two holds on the arete. I don't get the dyno, but I try the climb from there. I'm able to touch the next hold, but I lose my right foot. I try getting a left heel hook, but it feels bad. I get the next hold, and then I put in the left heel hook. Then I'm able to reach this upside down hold. I I get my left foot onto the foothold, but it feels terrible. I shuffle my hands around until I can get my right hand on the crimp. The move to the finish hold is sketchy, so I bail. I know what I have to do for the last move, so I work on the beginning. I miss the dyno, so I see if I can do it statically. I confirm that I can do it statically, so I decide to rest and give it a try from the beginning. My heel pops, but luckily I'm able to stay on. I move my hands around so I can get my right hand on the crimp. I realize that it's much harder to move my left foot from this position though. I have to bail to the down climbing handle. I try the last move from there and it's not that bad. You just really have to trust that left foot. My heel pops and I have to get it back on. But then, I don't have any energy for the next move. I've basically done all of the moves for this boulder, and I can tell I only have a few more attempts left, so I move on to this black 5Q. You start on this big pinch. Then, you go around the arete to a slowly pinch and some smaller holds. I toe hook the start hold and go for the hold on the right, but I can't quite reach. I release the toe hook and go for the hold, but I can't make that move. I push off the start hold with my left foot and I'm able to get the move. I go for a big cross with my left hand, but can't control the barn door. I try to bump my right hand, but I'm not able to grab the hold. I think I should have gone with the left hand, but foot swap to avoid the barn door. I feel like I have one more attempt in me, so I try one more boulder, this blue 5Q. It starts with some easy moves on some underclings. The rest of the holds are crimps. I try to bicycle the undercling and go for the next hold. Normally, it would be good enough to control the swing, but right now, I'm too tired. So, that's going to be the end of today's session at the hardest gym in the world. So after 8 hours, what do I think of B Pump Ogikubo? The setting is phenomenal. I had a lot of trouble figuring out beta from the ground, and there were some problems at the lower grades that I couldn't even start. Similarly to B Pump Akihabara, I'd say the problems at my level are 2 to 3 V grades harder compared to the gyms in the US. The polished holds force you to pay more attention to how you place your hands and feet. They're also nicer on your skin, especially for those long sessions. Unfortunately, I did not see any fingerboards, campus boards, spray wall, or training boards. But if you're going to B Pump Ogikubo, it should probably be for the setting and not for the training tools that you can find at any other gym. The gym is easily S tier, but I would actually place it below B Pump Akihabara for a couple of reasons. First, there aren't as many boulders. Everyone would benefit from more boulders, especially complete beginners who may be limited by the number of problems at the lowest grades. Second, B Pump Akihabara has fingerboards, campus boards, and spray walls. I think these training tools are very valuable for improving your climbing, but of course this is just my opinion. Perhaps the setting at B Pump Ogikubo offsets these problems, especially at the higher grades. But let me know what you think of B Pump Ogikubo in the comments down below. Bye!